Hi guys, so I thought I got to my final form for DO, but this is my final form. So I was able to do 800 DPS last time. I managed to push it now from 800 to 1 million, and now from 1 million to 2 million if enemies have low life, which is 50% of the life. So the first 50% of their life is 1 million DPS, the second is 2 million DPS, which is ridiculous, and it's really helps for bossing, and I'm going to tell you how I'm doing it and why it helps a lot in bossing. But I'm sacrificing a lot of life. As you can see, I have around how much is that? Like EHP is like around 5k, let's say. So what I'm doing to survive now is I added 150 energy shield regen, which is very nice, especially when you're doing ultimate. There is always someone, so you have a lot of energy shield regen that way. And I have these nodes that gives me 1% life and energy shield when I kill, so which is instant. And I have 2% life here, which is very nice. So what I did now on my tree is I found out that this is the highest DPS that you can do. Instead of going here and taking this and taking this and taking all these nodes, I took all of these out, I took this part out, and I took all of these out. So I'm missing a lot of life, but I'm going here, I put my transcendence here, which gives me, as if I put intelligent, gives me 50. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I get 15 damage over time multiplier from this, which is good, which is good enough. Let's put it that way. I come here, I take this, which gives me aura effect, which is very nice. I used to anoint this, but now I'm not anointing this. I'm taking this for the chaos resist mostly on life, and I'm anointing this bad boy down here, which gives me 15% effect, which is very nice. So this one, when I was anointing it, it was 10%. So this is the highest DPS you could get from the anointment, which is very good. So this setup by itself brought me to 1 million, just changing this. The next thing I did was I moved to Awaken Gem, which bumped my DPS a lot. So I got Swift Affiliation level 6, which was I think 9 Exile. So this is the second most expensive item that I'm using. The most expensive is the Watcher Eye, which was a bad Watcher. I had like 4% life, so I basically used Divine on it, and I was lucky with the first Divine. I got 6% life and I got 22% damage over time, which is the maximum damage over time that you can get. So this jewel right now is probably 20 Exile, but when I bought it, it was like 14-15 Exile. I got lucky with the Divine. So this is the most expensive item. Then you have the gem, the Awaken Gem, which is most expensive item, and you have
when I'm ready.
I'm using Awaken Blasphemy. So the level of Awaken Blasphemy doesn't matter much. The only thing that you want is the quality, because it gives +1 to your gem. Because it gives +1 to the gem. Now Despair makes sense to be 21. My Despair was 22, but 22 to 21 doesn't give you anything. But if you have another +1, you can go to 22, which in my case I'm going to 22. You get 1 extra % on cursed enemy, take 36% increases damage from damage over time. Before it was 35. It's not a big deal, so you don't need to have Despair 21, but if you want, you can. It's just a small min-maxing, and this is the big thing. Someone on Reddit just messaged me and said, why don't you use punishment? And it looked pretty damn good to use punishment, because of cursed enemy take 82% increased damage while on low life. So when they are on low life, they take 80% more damage, and that's a huge buff. And the other thing is, when you hit, where is this? They get debilitated, whatever that means. So that basically slows them, and they deal less damage. So the only way that we hit is with this guy, with Void Spear. So when we take damage, we have Void Spear, and then the Void Spear would slow them by itself, and you put a debuff because it hits, but our aura doesn't hit. So with all of these, and then here, because of the changes that I did through here, I had more strength, and then I was able to change my craftings a little bit. So here I didn't need the strength. I am adding the area effect and the area damage, which helps a lot. And then there was something else that I changed. Oh, I changed my boot, which is very nice. I got lucky with this one. 30% increased movement speed, a bunch of resist and life. I also changed my helmet, which is more life, and a bunch of resist, which is very, very nice. So these are like really good items. I changed my jewel. I made sure I have 40 life on it, and I have that increased damage over time. So the best in the slot for this jewel is basically you'd have life, you have increased damage over time while dual wielding, and increase damage if you have killed recently. But I didn't look for that one because the life was more important for me. So again, with all of these setups, now when the boss goes below 50%, my damage almost doubles. So they take 83% more DPS, which is ridiculous. So the 2 million that I'm telling you is without using the Flask, without using any of those random check marks in POB. It's just pure DoT DPS damage. With the Flask, I think you can get to 2,300,000 or something like this if you count this Flask. But the thing is, with the bosses, you can't keep these up all the time. In Ultimatum, you can have it up all the time since you're always killing stuff. So I wanted to show you how this works. So, oh, another thing on your damage, castman damage taken, always use a Silicone since we don't have a lot of life. So this stops the one shots. So let's see how this goes. I have no clue if this would be easy or hard, but I'm killing stuff really, really fast now. Because so the thing is, like, one of the best defenses you can have in Path of Exile is to have a ridiculously high damage. So let's see. Ah, we're lucky, we got Ultimatum right off the bat. So again, like, one of the biggest problem with this build is we're a bit squishy, so someone mentioned that you keep dying to porcupine, for example. If there's a pack of porcupine, the problem is, like, you can't stop dealing damage. So as soon as you see them, you kill them, and then they just kill you right there. So porcupine is really, really bad. So you have to be careful. Shit! Almost died. The Silicone saved me. I hate these circles. Let's get this guy. Let's try to run around as much as we can. I have a feeling that I might die here. But again, as you can see, especially the elites, I'm killing them super fast as soon as I get to 50% HP, which is very nice. Good. The only thing that you have to do is to manage to survive long enough so you can have another Silicone. This is getting nasty. Shit. Let's do this guy. Okay, this is a good setup. There's the other one. This is a bad setup. I don't like it when the circle is out of the other circle. Why is the corner outside? That was easy. So, let's see if we can do the triangle thing. Yeah, we can do this. Again, as long as you're moving, you're okay. So one of the worst thing is when you get frozen, so you don't want to get frozen. You want to have a flask that gets you out of freeze. Randomly clicking on the flask.
Rare is the breath.
Shit! Don't kill me. I love the pillars. No! Don't kill me! I'm making a video, I shouldn't die here. Fuck! There you go. What? Man, a couple of times I got close to dying. Which is okay. Because of the Silicone, we got saved. Oh, and there's another way that you can play this if you have enough. You can basically take this out, go MOM, use change the amulet to the amulet that makes this spell not reserve mana, and then you have half of your mana and you have enough regen, and then you can, instead of taking these, you can take these to gives you more mana regen and you have more defense. So this part is also a good idea to take if you want to be more defensive and you want to sacrifice some DPS. But my goal, as somebody mentioned, why do you do this, why do you push this, you have enough damage, is to see how far I can push this. That's the whole point of trying this shit. I'm not trying to make a viable build at this point because this was not possible before. Now I'm wondering like how far there. So I have a feeling that this gets nerfed. This life tap setup with this also would get nerfed. This is way too good. Man, this aura before on the ridiculously like the gear that I have right now, it could barely get to 800 DPS. Barely. Like the highest I saw in like maybe 5-6 league was 800 DPS. Now I'm at 2 million DPS. 2 million. Like the low life changes, the life tab that you can add, like all of these changes, like they add up to, and then you get to the ridiculous DPS. So this is like, I don't know, Cyclone level of ridiculousness. It feels like playing a Cyclone build with Abysses. That you can die super fast, but you have shit load of damage.
When I'm ready,
As you can see, it's really fast build. This is T16 Chimera. Let me see if I can kill the boss. Shit! Oh, another thing, because I didn't have enough luck, I took the jewel that was giving me immunity to corrupted blood. Now, since you kill the stuff really fast, if there is a pack that has corrupted blood, you get like 20 corrupted blood on you, like you saw. And like this. And you die really fast. So that's one of the problems. That's another thing that I have to improve. But let me just empty a little bit of this shit. Okay. So corrupted blood is one of the problems that I have to fix. I have to get the jewel. This is easy to fix, but it's very hard. I have now I can sacrifice a little bit of damage. I was trying to get 7% life, corrupted blood, immunity to corrupted blood, and 2 damage modifier, like increase chaos damage, area damage, damage over time. What else? That's it. And it wasn't like it was expensive. There was no jewel in the market that had all this. Now if I go with 1 damage modifier, corrupted blood, and 7% life, I'm losing probably 8% increased damage, which is not a big deal. I go from 2,200,000 DPS to, I don't know, 2,100,000 DPS. It's not a big deal, but at least I don't die to corrupted blood. Like I can say half of my death is to corrupted blood at this point, because the problem with the corrupted blood is like this guy, this dude that is turning, which is my life tap buff, looks exactly like corrupted blood. And oh man, I just died here. Are you fucking kidding me? This is going to kill me. Okay, good. So the thing is, like, I want him to get to 50%. Man. Shit, I died. I should have opened a portal then. Let's just walk around. Man, why don't we deal any damage to this guy? How much HP does he have? Okay. Again, you're too squishy. You take like 2-3 hits from the boss, you're dead. But I should open a portal so when I run out of potion I can go back and come back in. So the blight usually brings normal bosses to 50%, but not this guy. Let's go back. 2 more portal. Or 50%? No. This is kind of interesting because as soon as you get them to 50%, your damage doubles. Okay, that was 50%, right? So now we should do more damage. We have 2 more portals to use. We're back. Come back. Shit, don't kill me. Okay. Probably can kill him now. Fucking clouds. Okay, good. Flask. Charges, give me flask charges. Give me flask. Again, like this boss has phasing, so you can do a lot of damage at the same time, but if the bosses that they don't have phasing, usually your blight would do shitload of damage, brings them to 50%, and it's really easy to kill them. Especially like T16 ones. Man, I hate this. Die! Fuck, I have 2 of them. Why there is 2 of you? Ah shit, I was at the portal. Fuck, okay. That's right.
When I'm ready, and not
Again,
before.
this is not supposed to be a boss killer, but it's viable if you don't care about dying. And if probably you can play this better than me. Damn, I killed it. Alright, I hope you guys like it.